Okay, let's play this thing and see how it works. Now, that's not quite what we wanted. Okay, I've added some graphics in and then forgot to set the mode up in the program itself. So we will have to fix that real quick. Hold. Hang on. What? Area. Try not. Yeah. Threw me for a loop there. Sometimes programming me like this is just tedious, repeated work. Okay, now let's try and play and see if it's bug free. Okay. There's the T. Now why didn't the T work? Did I forget to program it? When T is tapped, yeah, it just wasn't responding. Okay. And we won. No, we didn't. Okay. Conditions I set it for. Letter 1. Oh, okay. I used the wrong switches. We don't need it to do that. So let me fix the bug that I inappropriately made in the first place. Edit. Not this C, but this C. Not this A, but this A. Not this T, but this T. And now if we play, winner, we spelled C-A-T. Now that in and of itself is kind of boring. We want it actually to randomly float around with a few other letters. So, that's not too hard. I have a few more spaces for graphics here. Okay, I need to make the graphics first. Let's make a B. Okay. Now before, you know what, that's not the same font, is it? Oh, that's right, I needed to upsize the graphic. Okay, I used a smaller font this time. So let us clear it out. Go back in, make a larger elephant there. I wanted to use the B, not the A. I'm not going to bother, if you missed the letter, I'm not going to bother making it sync because we don't want it. So So let's go back in assembly and give ourselves some programming for this. This new letter. Location in the area here. Try not to overlap. In the general area there. And then just give it a little programming that if it makes you touch it, this object, it just makes a sound effect. We aren't really going to care about if you missed the letter, just want the people to know that you missed it. Let's try for another sound effect if we have something that works. Maybe a whistle. It's like the referee going foul. So I think we'll go with that. And now we have our AI set and a graphic. I'm going to copy it a few times, because I don't want to be programming that over and over again. Come on. And this could be one very crowded bowl of soup. That's why we're testing it right now, see what happens. And now we should have a very, very full bowl of soup. Suddenly that CAT doesn't look so easy to find, does it? It might be okay if it actually worked. The sensitivity. The sensitivity. There might be too many objects in contact there. I don't know what's going on. Well, anyway, that's how we make it if it would work. I can fool around with this and show you it. What I think I'll do is make CAT a 4-point font. Unfortunately, that might push other letters away, but we can't help that if we want to make sure you can actually touch it and make it work. Because a game that just sits there and does nothing when you're trying to do it in 8 seconds is no good. So that is 1.1 of Alphabet Soup. And I'm calling it a night. Good night. Okay, so I have fooled around with the software a little bit. I've increased the CAT graphics to 4-point, and it's increased the sensitivity some, but not to the point that I want it to be. You still have to tap it a few times to make it work. Okay, let's get out of here. I've also changed some of the letters around, and let's put it into play. Now it looks a lot more complicated, but you can still tap it a lot, and see how it's not being very responsive. I'm thinking this might be a software limitation of the actual game itself. I've also removed the tap ability of all the other letters that are in there. I mean, it's just a sound effect anyway, so I wanted to make sure that that wasn't being part of the problem. The game is playable, if just a little bit frustrating. Let's try it again. Of course, now it's not being responsive at all. Bye-bye. Yeah, bye-bye indeed. I also have a little problem with some of the graphics going outside our area that we wanted. As I said, the problem is that the zone is only rectangular and I can't do a circle, but I want the bowl to be circular. And as it is, everything is getting crunched in, even though it says in the programming That is, tries not to overlap. There's not enough room for all the graphics so they overlap. I'm not sure if that's part of the problem or not.